Welcome everyone to today's talk and video. My name is Martina. For those that don't know me, Martina Waidhas. I'm originally from Germany, now living in Croatia, and I'm a alternative medical practitioner, medical intuitive, but also soul communicator. And I'm working for humans and animals are just so lovely to work with. It's so amazing what they have to teach us. And as my approach is maybe a bit unusual, working over distance and in first place, always having a communication with the animal, you might like somebody to listen to somebody that I've been working for. What this is about, what might be possible, and how such a journey may look like for yourself. I also created a pet parent guidebook, and we will talk about that at the end of the recording. So please stay on the video so you get this information. That book gives you alternative medication, how to approach the animal, what to do if a new companion joins your life, and yeah, talk about that later. And now I want to welcome my lovely friend Carrie. We know each other for quite a while, and to be honest,
We do.
I almost have forgotten where and how that happened, but it was just knowing that we like each other and that we resonate with each other's work. So we ended up working together, and I was honored to guide her lovely cat, Chili, that I think it's now 4 weeks, roughly 4 weeks, Carrie.
About 6 now.
6
Yeah.
now already. Where Chili decided to transition, and it would just be lovely if you share a little bit of our journey together with Chili. Maybe what was the situation like? I think I remember you told me that you were at the vets and he had thyroid issues, being on thyroid medication.
Yeah, of course. I mean, you helped him before that actually, because before that, like we've known each other since about 2017, around then.
Oh,
And in 2019, he sadly got run over and he hurt his
oh
leg.
yes, yeah,
And so he went to the vet and we had to have a metal plate put in his leg so that
yeah,
he could walk
correct.
again. And you helped him to speed up the healing with that, so much so that the vets were like, no, he shouldn't be able to. You helped him to walk within 4 weeks, and they were saying it normally took 8 weeks, and it
True.
healed so well that they wanted us to pay, I think it was something like £2,000 to take him from the vets to this animal hospital where they do the x-ray to check that he was, because they couldn't rationalize why he'd healed his leg so fast. They were like, no, it's not right. And we were like, no, it is right. And we were like, no, we're not going to pay you £2,000 to put him in the animal ambulance to go and get it checked. We were like, he's fine, he's really happy. So
Yeah,
you've
true.
worked with him for a long time, so you helped him through that and helped him, his bones, to accept the metal plate and for him to start to walk again.
Correct.
You gave me some special massage exercises on his hip and his leg and help and extra nutrition. So you've been working with Chili for quite a long time. And then, so I mean, you've had quite a good relationship with him, really, to be honest.
Absolutely. I love
So
his energy. And now, watch the wording. I say explicitly, I love, because he's still around. I mean,
yeah, no, he is. He is. He's
therefore,
just not physically
mm,
around. So the last sort of year, because he did have a thyroid condition, and a few years later, and he was
yeah,
put on some medication, and he started to lose weight.
yeah,
And the last 6 months, he really started to lose weight. I mean, he was skin and bone.
yeah.
It was quite upsetting to see. And he, obviously I was quite distressed about that. And
I I know, I remember. And I remember that for several times we could get him back to feeling better. But at some
Yeah,
point, I started mentioning that you should bring in the thought of assisting him or asking
yeah, you
him
did.
so
Yeah,
that this journey comes to an end. This is what happens and what we have to accept. And um,
yeah. No, you
just
did, and even though I didn't want to accept it, but the day,
of course we
um,
don't. It's never the right timing. And I think Chile
no,
was 17 years.
no, he was 19 actually.
19. Oh my God. For everybody, not that you think I don't care or I'm not interested, but
No,
those type of information or things that I've been working on, this is done for me. It's just no longer relevant. What is done is done. So it's not
yeah.
that I'm not interested, just for people to understand how my brain is working here. I'm absolutely interested
Oh
in.
yeah, no, he lived with us for 17 years. So he was 19 when he decided he wanted to
Oh,
pass.
wonderful. And it's never the right time. It's always too
No,
early. And but
no.
then isn't it about to find out what is the best for
Oh
your
yeah, no, it was the best for
companion,
him. And
right?
the thing was, he gave us a sign. So he was crying and he
Yeah.
wasn't eating, and he wasn't moving.
Mm,
And so we had, that was enough. He was like he couldn't. He lost his reflexes. So yeah, we took him in, and you confirmed that that's what it was he wanted. But I
yeah.
mean,
He didn't
even
have.
without, he didn't have to say that. Even without that, he just was crying. He couldn't really
Yeah,
move. So you know, it's
he
fine.
was.
This makes it more authentic. So you helped me to find to do it. So we took him to the vets, and then, which is obviously horrible, but we knew it was right for him, and it wasn't about us. And then
It's okay, Carrie. Thank you. Just breathe. Just breathe. I know it's so
no,
hard, and I'm so grateful you're doing that because it's all really, really fresh and new, and it's so hard. I sometimes cry, although I know they are not gone, but I still cry for my pets that have already
yeah,
transitioned, and it's years ago that they left. But it's the human part
yeah,
of
no, I
us, and
know. But like about a week, well, no, it was less than a week after, I had a little paw on my chest before I went to bed because he used to sleep on my bed.
oh, lovely.
So that was, I know it was the right thing, but I mean, to have you to communicate with and guide us through the process is
Yeah,
it's priceless, really, because it's kind of the vets don't really know, they don't
no,
communicate, most of
no.
them, and
And
they
he was holding on for such a long time because he didn't want to leave. So he tried his best. But
he
then one
didn't.
day there was
He
no,
didn't, because we thought he might have gone in last June, but then he hung on a bit longer. But
yeah.
yeah,
And that's what we can ask them. Um,
yeah,
and if we ask our animals, we get a total different understanding because what we see and understand or look at as suffering might not be suffering for them because they enjoy
yeah,
still being around, and that's what we can find out. Are you suffering? Are you okay with staying? So we can ask them what to do, when to do it. I worked with some animals that didn't even want assistance. They were just happy to make that decision. Chile was like, I'd love and appreciate some help here. I just don't want on the cat level, like the physical level. I know it's my time, but I really don't want. So yes, some help would be really
they
appreciated.
recorded. Yeah, no, well, I realised that, yeah,
So
but
um,
that.
Carrie, did you have any like reservations or questions when I offered my help at that time, or did you just say whatever you do is fine, just let me see if there is a
No, no,
result?
because
Or
no, because when we did work together initially, he was, you know, even before he broke his leg, you always, you know, you've always been able to communicate with him. So he was always fine, really. So no, the relation, you helped him so much. He knew that, you know, I could tell that he knew that you were communicating with him because he looked happier after you'd sent healing, or
so
you know, you
that's,
helped me to change his food, so we changed his food, and
but
um,
it's amazing because you've just been so open, not questioning a single thing that I did or said or whatever. I think for a lot of people, um, it's a little bit critical because all they know is they go to the vet and then they get answers or no answers, and maybe causing more issues than um, they had before, new
yeah.
issues through the medication and things like that. So I think it takes a bit, and you were one of this kind of people that are like, okay, whatever, it sounds good, let's give it a try. At least it
But
sounds
I
like
think
that. Yeah,
no, we did do that, and I think that's the thing. You've got to, you know, the vets, but you know, course of treatment wasn't really working, and they weren't really able to come up with answers. That it's that, you know, I remember once when we took him in because we were concerned he was going to lose weight, and they and he wasn't. This was when he was very thin. This was probably around Christmas, and they kept wanting to do thyroid tests, and like they would shave his neck, and they'd done them all the summer, and we were just like, no, we're stopping it, and we had to kind of sort of fight with them, saying we don't want him to go
right,
through that. He's elderly. It's not fair. He's traumatized that his neck gets shaved, and
right,
they were obsessed with cutting his claws. We were like, we're not going to do it. We're not going to allow it. This isn't what he needs. He
right.
needs some support. So,
But
and
I
they would
wanna,
only, they would, that's how they would do it. That was their
right.
approach, or give him some more medication, or it wasn't working, you know, it
Well,
wasn't.
that's very normal, but I also want to point out, and maybe you also can confirm that I'm not against school medicine.
No,
It's
no, you were always
only
about partnership. Yeah, it was always about
exactly,
partnership. No,
exactly.
no, I'm just saying that what Chile needed was something that they couldn't provide. I'm not saying that
Yeah,
the claw cutting wasn't necessary, but they just got a bit too obsessed with the claw
right. That's the main,
tests, and
that's
it
the
wasn't
main
actually
problem.
resolving it.
Right. That's the main
Yeah, it wasn't
problem with
actually
those
resolving it.
things. Yeah. So
Yeah,
anything
what I'm
acute
saying.
is always good to seek advice from a vet and have surgery done, or investigations, blood works, things like that, so that I also can work with those results, which I'm able to do. So I'm well
Yeah.
educated on all these levels and numbers. So yeah, yeah, that was an interesting journey together, and I'm very honored that you choose me to walk this way uh, with you. Maybe for some of the listeners, to let them know how you could reach me, how the reaction, the time of reaction, like if there was some emergency, um, how did you experience that working with me in terms of access?
Well, we did, you know, it was, you know, I did speak to you when, especially at the 11th hour when he was, you know, in the process of transitioning. I did, you know, I was sending you messages, and you were very comforting, and
Wonderful.
we had a few chats because it's kind of like you want to know that it's, you know, he's okay, you know, and
Sure.
so yeah, you were very easy to contact, and you gave me some really reassuring and comforting messages, and which again is priceless, really.
Thank you so much. Well, yeah, it was a really, really fantastic journey that is still not at an end. Chile is around, and he's now about to really settle and find his way as a soul. and then we can
Yeah.
go on communicating with him. And um, I think I told you already that he would be happy you bring in a new companion that you can love.
Yeah.
So maybe at one point in time you're happy.
Yeah,
And
I'm
you
not quite ready
already,
yet.
I know, I know. Do you still have the little puppy you took care of for?
But they're here today, actually. Yeah.
Oh, wonderful.
And we're looking after them over Easter. We're looking after Missy and another dog, which will be nice. Yeah.
But it's just nice. It's just a dog, right?
Yeah, it
Just
is. Yeah.
joking.
I know. Yeah. We're just looking after Missy for a few days. Yeah. She's come today for the afternoon with uh the other dog that she lives with, Pepe, and then they're staying next Friday for 2 weeks while the family
Wonderful.
go away. So
Wonderful. How do you feel this energy being different to a cat's energy? How do you like the dog's energy?
it's a bit more intense.
Well, dogs are normally more open to communicate and seeking more attention.
Yeah,
Um,
that's what I mean. It's like it's constant. It's like, yeah, no, you go now, go. Like Chili would sit on my desk, fall asleep, and I'd carry on with my work. But dogs, it's not. It's
yep.
just like it's like a child. It's totally different. But yeah, I do love dogs as well. Don't get me wrong, but it's just different to get used to, isn't it?
Maybe you should try a Shar because Shar are more cat-like. So Shar is the breed that we have, and
All
they're
right.
very independent. They're cat-like. The one that we have right now, Ella, she is probably more cat than most cats are. So that's a whole different experience here.
Yeah.
She's she only comes for cuddles when she's open to. Um, she likes to sit outside, observe, meditating. So that's a whole different thing. The two boys we had before, they were like, okay, let's go walking for 3 hours. And Ella like, no, please let me meditate out there. Yeah, so maybe Sharpay is an option for you.
Maybe.
No, just give it time to heal. That's very normal.
Yeah.
But I can also assure
It
you
is.
that um, like time frame of half a year is fine to then bring in a new companion. Because what happens as soon as you have this new energy around you, you get distracted. And it's not about forgetting the old companion or anything. No, but it's just comforting and soothing, and you have this lovely energy around you, and it takes your attention, and they will help you heal.
Mm.
The pain will probably never completely disappear. And
I know.
maybe it shouldn't. We are humans, and those experiences are so important.
Yeah. Yeah. No, I think he was such a big part of my daily life. We
Right.
used to do a lot together.
Yeah.
So
I remember every time we connected, Chile was around somewhere, mostly very close.
yeah, he was like right next to me. So it's kind
Yeah.
of like, yeah. So he was like my shadow. So it was
Yeah.
like I was like, if he wasn't on my desk or on my bed in the bed in the office, he was around and I could hear him
Right.
wanting something. So it's kind of really odd to not see him and not be around him.
Yeah.
Physically, I know, yeah.
Yeah. But do you notice on another level that he's still there, that his energy is still present?
Yeah,
So
yeah,
how are
yeah,
you dealing with the situation? I tried to comfort you as much as I could from a distance, um, but you had to go through that on your own. So how do you
yeah.
feel now? Um,
I mean, a bit better, but it's still hard. So yeah,
yeah, I know,
a bit better, but it's going to take time, isn't it? I'm better than I was, but I'm still, it's still hard. But
I
that's
know.
normal.
Yeah, I know.
6 weeks isn't a long time, so
No, no. but you will feel better soon, and he's around. And
Yeah.
then you can open up for something new when the timing is right. And you never know, maybe tomorrow a little kitten sits in front of your door. We don't know these things. And that's the
No.
interesting journey. So as soon as I will receive any message, I will share with you. I
Yeah.
do
No, I
receive
appreciate
those
that. Yeah.
messages, and yeah. So yeah, that is. I hope our journey doesn't end now with Chile. No, it won't for sure, because we are really friends. And thank you, Carrie, for sharing all of that. That's really
It's
so,
okay.
so good. Um, so our journey together was basically from starting with an accident where you could see instant results, where he did recover more quickly. So me working on the physical did change a lot.
Oh yeah, he healed a lot
And
quicker. Yeah,
yeah,
he did.
and then we moved to different stages of his life, feeling bad, feeling better, where I was able to really raise his energy again and make him feel better, to the point where the universe had said, well, it's now your time. Um, so everything is possible in between. And for my understanding, healing is not only being healthy, but being okay with not being okay,
Yeah, yeah, it is.
but also the part of transitioning, which is a part of life.
It is, yeah.
And it's one of the hardest parts. And we haven't been taught to deal with that. It's like death is like, oh my God, which is not. And
Mm.
but this is why we react in such a way, and why it hurts so, so much. So yeah, I think, yeah, people know quite a little bit of what is possible and how it can work. And again, thank you, Carrie, for sharing.
That's
Even
okay. No, and thank you for your help.
it was just an amazing journey together, and it will continue. So everyone that is on the call and listening until now, you may like this video. You can leave a comment. We will come back to you, ask you if you will have a free copy of the Pet Parent Guidebook. You will find tons of valuable information. It's, if I remember correct, 76 pages with alternative things you can do to skip antibiotics, um, about food, about behavioral things. It's mostly cats and dogs, which is the most common animals that we will have at home, but everything is possible. I did already work for a donkey, for a pig, for sheep, rabbits, so all different kind of animals. So everything is possible. Again, like the video, comment, or send an email. My email address is info@wemakeyouhappy, just one word, .de, info@wemakeyouhappy.de. You can find me on Facebook. Just enter Martina Waidhas. That's Waidhas. My last name is quite funny for English speaking people, I know. We're looking forward to hearing from you. A lot is possible. Thank you for being here, and have a great time. Thank you so much. Bye bye.